Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Tuesday afternoon. I'm excited that you all are here with us again with the Renewal Center on today, which is April the 20th for Tea Time Tuesday. I'm glad that you stopped at noon time to just spend some time to pause like we always do. And I'd like to say, grab your friend, tag your friend, invite your friend, send your friend a text and let them know that the Renewal Center is airing live right now, and we are on the air on location here at the Renewal Center in Concord, North Carolina. You know, it is just so beautiful here today. My goodness, here in Concord, it's sunny, good weather. I'm actually in the art and voice room right now and just enjoying hearing the cars go back and forth. It's just a really nice day today. And I hope that you all are having a great day out there. I see that we have 3 people that have joined in this morning. We are excited for Tea Time Tuesday. Like I said, let's go ahead and tag your friends and do a watch party and let everyone know that our session is underway. I'm excited. I have my tea with me today. What kind of tea are you drinking? So go ahead and put your tea out there and let us know what you're drinking. Thank you for joining us on Facebook and on It's Patrick Brown on YouTube. We're streaming live there as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Carmela E. Head, and I'm the Director of Renewal and Community Programs here at the Renewal Center in Concord, North Carolina. Good afternoon, Lisa. How are you doing this afternoon? I know we got started a little late. We had a little technicalities going on there, but we are airing and we're excited. Hi, Keisha. How are you doing? Good afternoon to you too. Do you have your tea today? If you have your tea, go ahead and tell us what type of tea that you have. And we're so excited that you all are here. I'm going to go ahead and get started with our tea of the week. You know, every week we like to let you guys know what the cafe is sponsoring. And our sponsoring this week is the tea of the week, which is jasmine tea. Jasmine tea. You know, I was excited to find a little bit of the history of jasmine tea. And so I'm going to let you know what that is. Jasmine tea's origin is from China. It was first produced in China. The jasmine plant is grown in high elevations in the mountains. I didn't know that until I did a little bit of poking around and found some more information about jasmine tea. Jasmine tea is known for its special blend, its fragrance, and it just smells amazing. Jasmine tea is very aromatic. It smells amazing, like I said. It has a base of green tea, white tea, black tea, and sometimes oolong tea. It's very light and refreshing. It's made with the scented jasmine blossoms. And as you do your research, you'll be able to see that sometimes it's combined with other additional botanicals to create the special herbal tea that it is. And it is very special. It has a very aromatic scent, a very sweet flavor to it. And so I'm excited. I love jasmine tea, and from time to time, I drink that tea. So if you ever have jasmine tea one day when we have our Tea Time Tuesday, let us know and let us know how you like it. Okay, our book of the week. Our book of the week, I just want to stop and remind us that this month is Stress Awareness Month. And we have just been having such a great time here at the Renewal Center on Tea Time Tuesdays, when we pause and we stop and pour into ourselves and just take a minute to relax ourselves and to pause. And what greater month to do that is to recognize Stress Awareness Month. So we'll be moving forward in our session today, and just keep that in mind about Stress Awareness Month, things that we can do to stop and to take a pause. We all need to take a pause. And so moving on with that, our book of the week is called A Quiet Center, A Woman's Guide to Resting in God's Presence. And so that is what we have in our thought room today in our library here at the Renewal Center. It is by Susan Scott Sutton. And so we have the actual hard copy here in our thought room. And I'm going to read just a little bit of the synopsis about this book. You know, daily chores pull you in every direction. The boss is demanding, the laundry piles up, the phone keeps ringing, the kids need rides, and day after day, Your Bible sits on the end of the table or by the end table by the bed unopened. Find a comfy chair. Let this refreshing guide show you how to still your soul before God, how to spend time alone with Him, and how to keep His restful presence within you throughout the day. A list of scripture and guidelines for meditation are included at the end of each chapter. So this is a really great book. I was thumbing through it. It has some just a wonderful read. Once again, the name of it is A Quiet Center, A Woman's Guide to Resting in God's Presence by Susan Scott Sutton. So I hope that you all have a wonderful day today as we move forward with our Tea Time Tuesday. And so without further delay, our Executive Director, Patrick J. Brown, is going to come and move us forward with Tea Time Tuesday.
Thank you so much. So much. Excellent review of our tea of the week and our book of the week. Let's see what folks are drinking out there this morning. What's your tea? Let's see here. We've got mango ginger tea. Please share with us what you're drinking. And again, this is about resting, about reflecting, about resetting. This is about resilience building, how we bounce back and connect with each other. So we appreciate you taking this pause today to come out and connect with us for Tea Time Tuesday. That's what this is about. So let's see what's out there today. It's good to see everyone. I see Lisa on, Teresa.
Hi, Teresa.
Victoria, Nicole.
Oh, hey, Victoria.
Still out there, please let us know. All right, we've got some blueberry lavender. All right, thank you so much. Keisha's doing coffee with hazelnut creamer. Awesome.
All right.
Yes.
That sounds delicious.
What else do we have out there? Who else do we have out there? I want to encourage you to make sure as we are doing our Tea Time Tuesdays, please encourage someone to join with us. Yeah. And our goal is to build this culture around resting and resetting and resiliency and how important it is for us to be able to build this kind of community. So that's the important part of what we do. Let's see what else we have out here. During lunch break, drinking muscle milk chocolate. Okay, now. All right. Making sure you get your protein in there, Lisa. All right. So excited. Please tag someone. Let them know that we're here. So again, thank you so much, Carmela, for opening us up. And we look forward to us experiencing a good tea time today. Thanks. All right, folks. Thanks again. Here on site at the Renewal Center, here in my office, and taking a break. And so I think as we are experiencing the hustle and bustle of our world, it is so important that we take some time to really reflect, but also to rest ourselves. And so that's what this is about. Every Tuesday we meet here so that we can connect with each other, but also connect with ourselves. And so my emphasis today is about calm. It is about calm. And a few areas I'd like to share with you in relationship to what it is to be calm. I'd like to share that with you today. Just a brief visualization of calm. So, but before we do that, I'd like you to let's do a check-in on where we are in terms of our emotional headspace. Where are we in our mindsets? Last week, I brought up a couple of images, a few colors, and I'd like us to think through, as you're looking at these colors, which particular color jumps out to you today? What particular color jumps out to you today? And based upon that color, where does that really put you in your mental space today? Why? Which particular color really jumps out to you today in this moment? Go ahead and type that in the chat. And then we're going to take a moment just to be quiet and to be still. So I want you to think through the color. And I want you to think, why does that describe your emotional or your mental state? We have to locate ourselves. That's the important thing, is locating where we are. So let's pause for a moment. Go ahead and sip your tea, sip your coffee, sip your water, and let's do 30 seconds to a minute of just breathing in and centering ourselves today, okay? Make sure as you breathe through your nose and slowly release. Very good, very good. All right. So let's come back to our exercise. What particular color did you choose today? Okay, we have green, green, yellow. Anybody else? Why did you choose that color today? Lisa says yellow, color of happiness and sunshine. Very good. So embrace that. Embrace that. There's green. There's blue. I'll put that up again so that you can identify with our exercise. Here are some colors. What color jumps out to you today? And why? Why does that color jump out to you in terms of relating that to your emotional state, your mental state today? Again, we're about locating where we are. There's blue. Okay, thank you for that. I think it's important that we locate where we are. And I want you to think about why you chose that color, purple. Take a moment right now just to perhaps sip your tea, sip your coffee, sip your water. And I want you to think through, why did you choose that color today? How does that really describe what's going on inside? What's going on in terms of our head space and our heart space? And again, that's what we're focusing on. And it's okay. This is an atmosphere of resilience. So our transparency is freedom when we identify where we are. So the 4 areas I'd like us to discuss today in our activity, and then we're going to actually do a stretching exercise, because this tea time is about reflection. It is about resting. It is about building resilience. It is about resetting where we are and who we are. So I want to encourage you to bring people on, especially for those of us that are busy consistently. We must pause and connect. So I'd like for you to just please, if you can, in the chat comment section, go ahead and why did you choose that color today while we're having our discussion? All right. So I want you this week, between now and next week, to focus on calm, centering you, awareness of self, leaning into slowness, and mental breaks and breathing. Centering yourself, that is the C. Awareness of self, that's the A. L, lean into slowness. And M, mental breaks and breathing. So I say that because right now we're going to center ourselves. We see Victoria's chosen green. She's refreshed. Lisa is sharing here. I choose to bring light to others. The light of Christ, I think of yellow. Blue, it reminds me of a beautiful sky. Peace. Yellow, vibrant. Keisha, the color green is relaxing to me. We must do this so that we can take control of what's happening on the inside of us. That is why we're doing this today. So last week, we focused in on taking time to do a self-care massage time. We focused on our hands. We're going to do the same thing with our hands today. So I'd like for you, we'll do the hands, and then I'm going to talk about calm. All right. Many of us work with our hands, typing all day, whatever it is that we're doing. We don't take a lot of time to really reflect on how we can take care of our hands. Right. So that's what we want to work on is really taking time. So go ahead and take off what you have. If you have bracelets on, if you have rings on, if you have beads on, go ahead and take that off, if you will. Okay. All right, we have some more coming in. Good to see you, Cedric. How are you? Purple, focus and driven. Okay, very good. Go ahead and sip your tea and unwind, if you will. And we're going to emphasize the hands because of how much we work with them. If you have your hand cream, if you have lotion, go ahead and do that. And we're going to detoxify our hands because we need to. We're touching people all, we don't get a chance to really focus on that. So I want you to take some time, if you will, and we're going to focus specifically on how to connect. So what you're going to do, you're going to take your hands again, just like we did last week. Put your hand up like this. All right. Take your opposite hand and begin to massage right here in the wrist area. There's a lot of disconnection. I learned some of this when I had surgery on my knee many years ago, and I was able to relax. So what we're going to do is while we're doing this, we're going to focus on centering ourselves. So go ahead and just center yourself by closing your eyes and massaging this area right here. You're just going to focus on this area right here. Okay. Just focus on that area right there. And then what you're going to do is after you do that, take your hand and start working your thumb into the palm. Good to see you, Cedric. So glad to have you on today. What kind of tea you drinking? Go ahead and concentrate on this area, your palm. We're not going to go to the fingers yet. We're just going to focus specifically on the palm of each hand first and the wrist area. Now tell me, folks, how are you feeling right now? What's going on the inside of you? As you are releasing this, what's taking place? Are you centering yourself? Are you able to breathe and relax? And I want you to switch. So let's switch hands. Go to this side and do the same thing. Do you notice any disparity between the two? Okay. We're just focusing on the wrist area and then start focusing on the palm. You probably haven't done this in a while, have you? I think it's important that we begin to take these times to disconnect. It's like a detox because of what we're experiencing all day, every day, and we're not taking the time to specifically concentrate on certain stress points. Our body remembers trauma. Our bodies remember trauma. All right. Some of you are saying that you're relaxed. Okay. Calm and relaxing. Very good. Relaxing. Very, very good. We have some more comments coming in about color. Green. There's a growth taking place as I'm going through grief. Okay. I see the green field of newness that I'm running through. Instead of death, I see life. Thank you for sharing that, Sharlena. Thank you. Okay, let's take a sip here. We're focusing on centering ourselves. Part of centering ourselves is knowing where the energy in our body goes. And many of us we know where the energy of our body goes. We know where stress factors may go, and we forget our hands. A lot of times we focus on shoulders and our back, but we forget that we're using our hands all day. And we don't take the time from the connection from the hand to the arm, where there's a lot of tension and stress. And so that's why we're taking our time today to center ourselves and how important it is for us to do that. So we're going to put our hands on our table wherever you are, and then go ahead and lather up again if you need to. And we're going to work on the outside knuckles area. And we say, well, why are we doing this? Because we have to be able to center ourselves. So we're going to work on that, and we're going to focus on putting our hands open like this and putting it on a flat surface. Take your opposite hand and begin to massage the knuckles area and begin to go in and begin to release the energy and the tension that's in between that area of your hand. We've got to center ourselves. And then after you do that, I want you to switch. So I'm going to talk through our 4 areas of calm today. Centering you is critical to being in a relaxed state. When you're centering yourself, that is focusing on areas that center you. What brings you a sense of stability? What brings you a sense of being sensible and calm? And I want you to think about what centers you. Sometimes centering you is something that you focus on in your home, something that you could focus in your office. I like to call it multi-sensory affirmation. Maybe it's a plant that you have in your office that brings a certain level of life to you. Or it could be a painting, a piece of artwork that you have in your home. It could be an affirmation that you look at on a day-to-day basis. And so centering you is creating the environment that speaks life to you. So I want you to think about where in your home or where in your office or that special place that centers you. Sometimes it's to walk through nature. Sometimes it's walking out in your backyard, taking a deep breath and centering yourself. Why do we do that? Because our world is addicted to constant movement and momentum. And we must be mindful and very careful that we center who we are each and every day. That's why we do tea time. We're doing this tea time to focus on resetting, on resting, and building resilience together. That's why we're taking time to do that. Go ahead and switch hands. Again, we're taking care of our hands today. We're going to switch hands. You'll put it on a flat surface and then go in between the knuckles area and really begin to work that out. Okay, while we're talking, this is a time of really resetting, refreshing ourselves. Tell me, did you sense the tension in your hands? Did you feel any tension in your hands? And do you feel that energy, that tension energy leaving? Okay, it's important that we look at where our energy goes because the body remembers what it experiences. And so it's important that we identify with it so we can be healthy. We need to be all here. So that's one of the key points that we want to make during our tea time today is calm. Let's go to the next point of calm. And please feel free after you are in between massaging your hands and your fingers, above the knuckles area. Go back to the wrist and then begin to redo both the left and the right, okay? And I'd like you to look at the A, awareness of self. The awareness of self section is when you pause to notice where you are. Pausing to notice where you are. So what are some practices, folks, of pausing, of awareness of self that you use that maybe you can share with the group? Here's one here. Okay, Lisa, thank you for sharing that. I type all day, definitely tension. This was helpful. I'm glad you paused, Lisa. Thank you. Awareness of self. Self-awareness says, I know where my status is or state of us. Awareness is being transparent about where my state of mind is and being able to acknowledge it. And when I acknowledge it, that helps me be on a path of being able to look at whatever it is that's causing me stress that I need to be aware of. That's important and it's critical. Something that I shared a few days ago is, and I'll type this in the chat, it was don't absorb what you observe. We are inundated with information. We are inundated with disinformation and we're inundated with too much information, right? So it's important that when we look at information as what's formed in us, that we don't absorb what we observe. It's important that we are able to be in the moment without necessarily allowing what's around us to be internalized. That's why we take time to reset the way we need to right now is don't absorb what you observe. All right. Some of you may need to take an actual social media break, literally, or a technology day that says maybe on Fridays, I'm going to completely disconnect. I'm going to put my phone down. I'm going to turn off my notifications because I need to be aware of self, not aware of everything else, but aware of where I am. And so I wanted to just really hone in when we talk about calm. Again, we're talking about centering you and we're talking about awareness of self. All right. Now, here's a few ideas that are coming in. And so thank you for your comments and your interactions. I quiet internal and external noise and focus on me. And here's how do you do that? How do we all do those things to bring us into a place of awareness? I want to introduce two last concepts: lean into slowness and mental breaks and breathing. So calm is center you, awareness of self, leaning into slowness. What do you mean lean into slowness? Well, leaning into slowness is about avoiding the productivity push. The productivity push is because we're experiencing a pandemic, we're experiencing quarantines, we're experiencing social distancing and everything else that's surrounding all of that, whether it be from social unrest to political expediency. There's this push to be productive when you're sitting still. There's this push that you got to produce because this is your time and your season to be productive. Yes. I want you to lean into slowness between this tea time and next Tuesday. How does that look for you? I want you to answer that question. But before you answer that question, let's sit with the question. And I want you to think about, what does it mean for you to lean into slowness? Let's take 30 seconds. Go ahead and drink your tea, your coffee. And I want you to think about, what does lean into slowness look like to you? But take 30 seconds to just center yourself, take a mental break and a mental breath. What does leaning into slowness look like in your life? Now, again, this is about you being centered, aware, so that you can lean into slowness. What does leaning into slowness look like to you? But really sit with the question and sit with the answer. Let's not rush out of this and go to, I always do this and I'm always relaxing. Okay. Maybe that is you, but maybe it isn't you. So let's all answer that. Okay. Go ahead. While you're sitting there, sit with the answer. Make sure that you're detoxing your hands. All right. Taking that, make sure that you're taking care of your hands. Taking a moment. I know I type all the time. Didn't realize there was some tension here. So go ahead and type out for us. And if you need to, perhaps you can do this in your journal before you go to bed tonight. Okay. So what does leaning into slowness look like for you? And I want you to think practically. It may be something very, very practical that you know you need to do or stop doing. So learning to say no to opportunities that are not a priority, giving myself time to rest. Mhm. Shutting out outside noises and interferences throughout the day. Mhm. Taking more walks. Now, folks, what you're putting out here right now are things I want you to institute for the rest of this week. I want you to think about how you perhaps need to say no, or what is priority, because somebody else's urgency may not be your urgency. Giving yourself time to rest. Maybe that means shutting down early, not responding when I don't need to. All right. Shutting out outside noises is critical. So that means there is noise. What is that noise? What is that interference? Taking more walks, taking more time for myself. Now, I want you to think about between this Tuesday and next Tuesday, and when we come back together next week, I want to know, how was your calm? How was your centering you and awareness of self? How were you calm? Where you leaned into slowness, leaning into slowness. For me, it's more so a calming of the mind. It's always racing to tasks ahead. That's right, living in that moment. Mental breaks is in between. Listening to the silence in between. So I'm going to give you a few principles to work on for mental breaks and breathing. And how do you actually do that? How do we actually do that? All right. So a practice I would encourage you to do today, we can do it now or you can do it later, is recognize emotions are energy in motion. Emotions are energy in motion. Say that. Emotions are energy in motion. It's going to go somewhere. The emotion's going to land somewhere in your body. It's either going to come out in some way, somehow. Your emotions are energy in motion. So I want to give you, for those of you that are constantly racing, constantly busy, trying to give yourself time to rest, trying to shut out noises. What are we going to do? Because we have an attraction to distraction in this country. There's an attraction to just constant bombardment of messages and micro messages and pings and instant messengers and texts. So 3 things I want you to embrace with me, and we'll work this today. How do you help navigate the emotions that are energy in motion? During tea times like this is what you want to do. 1, I want you to think about, I am allowing these feelings to be present. Again, we're talking about mental breaks and breathing. So many times what you'll breathe and you'll listen to the silence in between your breathing. Just if you listen to the silence, you'll know where your energy is. You'll know where it's going. Because emotions are energy in motion. You'll know where it's going. So I want you to say, I am allowing these feelings, these emotions to be present. You're allowing whatever it is to be present. Once you identify that, then it's like, I'm going to let these things flow through me. I'm going to allow these feelings, these emotions to flow through me. And then lastly, you'll say, these feelings are doing me no harm. 3 simple phrases during your calm time between now and next week. And if you have to do this every day to center you and to be awareness of self and to lean into slowness during your mental breathing and your mental break, you want to think, I'm allowing these feelings to be present. They're there. I let these feelings flow through me. And these feelings, these emotions are causing me no harm. They're causing me no harm. They're there. I acknowledge it. I affirm it. You can do this for what's happening in your job right now. You can do this what's happening if there's a crisis that you're experiencing, if there's some news that you've heard, if there's potentially a conflict that you're experiencing. It could be home, it could be your career, it could be your business, whatever it might be. Calm. Center you. Awareness of self. Lean into slowness and mental breaks and breathing, which may include aspects that you know are adding to the energy that's in motion. What energies, what emotions? If we don't name it, we can't identify it, we can't acknowledge it. So again, I am allowing these feelings to be present. I let these feelings flow through me, and these feelings are causing me no harm, because we don't want to be have an attraction to distraction. Okay. So what is your takeaway from today's Tea Time Tuesday? Go ahead and please put that in the comments. What is your takeaway today? How was this exercise for you? I know we focused on the hands, but we had to talk through calm. What's the takeaway for you today? For your next week? What are you going to do to apply? And can you invite someone next week? If you do that, just invite one guest to say, join me Tea Time Tuesday, and send the link to them, send the page to them. We'd appreciate it. We're building and fostering a culture of resiliency. That's important for us. So what's your takeaway? Anybody, please share. Please share your takeaways. What are your takeaways for today? You can put those in the comments. Go right ahead. Want to thank everyone for being a part of Tea Time Tuesdays today. We do have monthly things that we've been focusing on, and we have our tea of the week and our brick of the week. And we want you to continue to share this time that we have, and so perhaps doing a watch party or inviting someone in every Tuesday at 12. I set this time aside for me, and this is fostering resilience for me because I'm in community with you. We're in community with each other. And so it's important that we come together. So what are your takeaways? Let's see here. All right. Learning what to do with uncomfortable emotions and stress. Okay. Thank you for sharing that, Teresa. I'm going to continue to be aware of the need to pause. All right. Thank you. See, Victoria. Taking time to quiet myself, breathe, and listen to the silence. Yes. Yes, please do that. Avoiding the productivity push. Focusing on calm, resting, and resilience. Live in the moment. Yes. Right. Embrace where you are right now. And that centering is so critical, Nicole. Thank you for sharing that with us. So again, folks, I want you to take time, really think through the calm, center you, awareness of self, lean into slowness, mental breaks, and breathing. Those are the 4 areas we want to specifically focus on between now and next week. What else are we seeing here? Charlene, being intentional. Being intentional. Finding time to center myself. You know what's happening right now is that we're all taking time for centering and awareness. Imagine how the world is being transformed now with the emotions, this time where if emotions are energy in motion and we're centering ourselves, that means we're centering our homes. We're centering our jobs. We're centering our families. We're aware. That is powerful to be able to have that type of focus. And I just want to just commend you for taking this time to center yourself and be aware And I really want to encourage you, lean into slowness. You don't have to be a part of the productivity push. There's a huge productivity push that says you got to do this, you got to just constantly put out stuff. No, you don't. Nobody says you don't have to do anything. You choose to do something, but you don't have to do everything. You choose to do something. So again, thank you so much for being part of Tea Time Tuesday. I'm Patrick J. Brown. I'm the Executive Director here at the Renewal Center in the Concord, Charlotte area. Please feel free to download our mobile app. You can type it into your store, your Google Store, your Apple Store, your Android Store. Type in the Renewal Center, and please download our app. You can connect with us. You can follow up with us. We're going to continue to bring you this content. If there's some areas that we can improve, we'd love your feedback. We want to continue to provide this type of content for you and grow this and develop this. Please feel free to share this with others. Share it with your office, share it with your friends, share it with your family, others who can really benefit from this type of tea time moment on Tuesdays at noon. So thank you so much for being part of us. We'd appreciate your partnering with us. If you'd like to give a donation, please feel free to go to our websites. And also we have a text to give option that's been posted in the chat. And we'll post that up again so that you can have an opportunity if you'd like to donate to the Renewal Center. We feel free to join us with that as well. So we want to thank everyone for being a part of our time today. And I'll bring this up for those of you. You can text the word Renewal Center to 888-364-4483, or you can give online at therenewalcenters.com/give, or if you have the mobile app that way as well, if you'd like to partner with us. All right. I hope that you have some takeaways. Please feel free to put those in the comments, what your takeaways were. And I'd love to hear from you. We want to hear from you. We want to continue to grow this community of taking Tuesdays for Tea Time Tuesdays. And perhaps there's someone else you wanted to say, hey, why don't you come join me? The Renewal Center, we are doing tea time together. So look forward to seeing you all again next week. Thank you so much for being a part of what we've been doing this week. And remember, I am Renewal. Have a very good day.
Hello. Hello, my name is Carmela E. Head.
Hello, everybody. I'm Prophet Hope Milton.
Hi, I'm Patrick J. Brown, Executive Director of Culture and Context of the Renewal Center.
Here at the Renewal Center, it is the center for prophetic art, thought, voice, and action.
The one thing I love about the Renewal Center is the core values, which we're revealing Christ, renewing minds, we're restoring lives, and reforming community. And we know that the only way that we can do that is to reveal Christ to everyone.
That's right. If any person is in Christ, that person will be and can be a new creation. You've been created to reveal Christ. That's right. Christ in you, being born from above, being born again, being generated from a higher place, which is Christ. In you, the hope of glory.
And when I think about renewal, I think about continual growth. We all have the capacity. We all have the very much capacity to move forward and to expand ourselves. So that's what growth and renewal is all about here at the Renewal Center.
So excited to be here. I hope that you will continue to connect. This is an awesome vision. And I'm just excited about everything that God is doing in the Renewal Center here in Concord, North Carolina.
I am.
And I am
I am
Renewal.